So, my name is Enzo Blonk. I have my own company Konsenzo, but at the same time I work for Co-Builder. I have a track history with another big standards organization, traditionally in the retail sector, called GS1. And this made me come in contact with buildingSMART International in, I think, 2017 for the first time, and led the two organizations to sign an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, back in October 2018, yes, in Tokyo. Okay, so the workshop yesterday was a full-day workshop that we prepared quite a long time ago. The idea was to involve many more stakeholders of the industry that have not been participating in this round in the summits. So we're talking about manufacturers, we're talking about construction companies, we're talking about more software solution providers, not necessarily in the CAD area. So these are all companies that we wanted to address. And the idea was to link the open BIM standards with the standards that are actually already used or not yet used in the manufacturing side, so the product side, the physical product. So basically it's a generic design linking it to the product. We talk a lot about sustainability. Sustainability is something that you do not think about when you get the product. It's something that you have to think about in a very early stage, really at the design phase. So you're talking about the generic object, the physical object, and there's so many elements that you need to take into account to make a project, a building, sustainable over time. You're not talking about design to end of life, you're talking design to second life, third life, fourth life. You want to reuse the products. And the idea yesterday was to create some awareness. So create some awareness for the community, the larger community, so the larger community also including those new stakeholders, making them aware of what is at stake. First of all, what regulation is coming up. There's a lot of regulation, European regulation, the Green Deal, the Fit for 55 package, where the European Commission aims to have at least 55% reduction in carbon footprint, in carbon emissions by 2030. So 2030 we are just 7 years ahead, but it's coming very fast. So this is what I would say the stick. But I don't like this stick. I don't like to have this, I need to do this, I'm imposed to do this. So we had quite a lot of use cases. We had 10 use cases, 10 companies yesterday. In total there were 20 speakers from 7 companies, but there were 10 specific use cases where companies shared how, companies and organizations, also academia, universities, shared how they are already using open standards for the benefit, not only for their own company, but for the benefit of their partners as well. So I think the first criteria is adoption of digitization. There's still too much paperwork, there's still too much, I mean, at best, people, the industry uses PDF downstream, not design level, but downstream. But PDF is, yes, it's a form of digitization, but it's not digitization. You still have to look at the paper, you cannot just take pieces and parts of information, data that you would need for your specific purpose. So the idea is, first of all, digitization. Secondly, is talking the same language, the same exactly knowing, not having to translate things, not having to use different software modules to interpret things, just using the same language. Everybody understands what is required. That will benefit the efficiency. Efficiency means faster processes, less costs within time. And I think that's the basic idea of BIM. We know, the industry knows how to build, the industry knows how to manage and model, but what is important is the I in there, the information, sharing the information amongst all stakeholders and everybody being able to interpret have the same interpretation of what is in the information. And I think that is a big step ahead. I remember yesterday we mentioned it again, one of the speakers. There was a McKinsey Institute research report from 2017 where it said 7 changes in the sector could bring 50 to 60% efficiency. It still is valid now. 50 to 60%. If we reach 5 to 6%, that's only 10% of the aim. We can already get so much more out of it. Yeah? So digitization first, speaking the same language, and then the rest probably will follow. The first event was in 2017. I attended. I think it was 2017 in London. Small crowd, and you see it increase. The topics that are addressed are much more to the point of the needs of people. There's more interaction between the different domains, which is important as well, because not everyone is working on a separate track. It's all interconnected. This year I heard that there was also an idea of having an EU chapter forum to talk to the European institutions, talk at a European level, because a lot of the challenges are European, although buildingSMART of course is international, but a lot of things are happening. I mentioned the Green Deal, I mentioned the Fit for 55. All of this is happening, and I think those are nice steps, good steps into the right direction. It is has been very interactive, a lot of networking, a lot of fun as well. Most information is not necessarily within the rooms. It can happen just by having a chat left, right and center. And tonight we will have the gala dinner, and I'm really very anxious to see who will win.